Hi everyone, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday, the 2nd of April 2019. Thank you for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. Now, I'm publishing this reading a little bit later than usual today. If you're in a different time zone and that is causing you a problem, I apologize for any inconvenience. There have been some logistical problems today. I will try and publish the reading for the day ahead as soon as possible and as early as possible. So let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of for Tuesday, the 2nd of April. And I'm using the Wildwood Tarot, which is really one of the most beautiful tarot decks out there. I really love it. It's absolutely beautiful. It's very earthy and very focused on animals and a connection with nature. So if you love that kind of thing, this is really the deck for you. I remember I love it so much I used it straight for a week once. It was, yeah, when I first got it, I was fascinated by it. So these readings are for all signs of the zodiac. They're for everyone who watches. If you like these videos, then please share them online. And let's see what the cards have to say. We've got the Hooded Man, which looks like the Hermit to me. Then we have the Mirror in reverse. And the Ten of Stones in reverse. The Hooded Man is the Hermit. The Mirror is the Hanged Man in reverse. And the Ten of Stones, home, is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So let's have a look. The Hooded Man, the Hermit, looking very mysterious and anonymous here, is someone who's by themselves and he's holding a stick, a walking stick or a wand, and that can be seen as a rod. And it's a major arcana card, and it represents a fundamental theme in life that we all have to go through. So we've all been the hermit at one time or the other. On a very literal level, a hermit is someone who's alone and who avoids other people. So we've all been through that, where we've shut the curtains and closed the doors and not seen anyone because we've wanted to isolate ourselves. So there is the potential to do that today. But more importantly, what the hermit does is he's got this wand, and remember wands is the element of fire, and it represents your life purpose, what it is you're meant to do with your life, what really fires you up, what gets you going. And when you're able to translate that into the physical world, then you're doing a job that you love. He's got this lantern, and what he does is he's able to take this lantern and shine light on the truth of who he is. He can illuminate himself and really find out what he is meant to do here on planet Earth. It's got a Christmassy feel here. We've got mistletoe. We've got this wreath. We've got a little bird. I don't know if it's a robin, but it looks very Christmassy with the snow and everything. And that's about birth. And that's about coming to life. So by looking within, with fire, fire begets more fire, you're able to really see what your life purpose is. You can throw the hood away, and you can be the person that you've always wanted to be. If you're lost in a way, or you feel lost, because in spiritual truth, you can't ever be lost. You're always held perfectly in the hand of the creator, the universe, the higher power, the higher self, whatever you want to call it. But if you have no idea what you're meant to do, if you feel like you want to travel the world, but you don't know how to make that a job, maybe you could become a language interpreter, which would see you working in different countries. Or you could be a foreign correspondent, or you could work as a flight attendant. Those are just practical ideas, and that's what the Hermit is all about. It says, I need some time for myself to really figure out what I'm supposed to do with my life, and I'm going to shine some light on it, and no one else can do that for me. I have to find it out myself. And when I do that, I can throw the hood away and I can be thrilled with my life, and I can do a job that's a passion. It's not just about money. It's a life path and work that enables me to get clearer to my, not clearer, to get nearer to my life purpose, and it helps me to achieve my life purpose. If you're retired, same thing applies. If you look within, what is it that you're supposed to do now? What comes next? The Hanged Man, we've got this kind of mermaid, but she looks like a sea witch. She's got this mirror. This must probably be a legend or something, because we've got a dead body in the water there. She's holding the moon in some way, and she's able to reflect that. So, and then we've got this crane with a bag of goodies around his neck. The Hanged Man is someone who's done something wrong and is being punished for his deeds. So maybe the sea witch has decided that this man has crossed the line and he needs to be punished, and she's used the mirror to see his misdeeds, and she's able to harness the power of nature to strike him down and to send him on his barge away to his death. And she is the local legend, and if you misbehave or commit crimes, then the laws of man don't get you, but Ursula the Sea Witch is going to make sure that you get yours, as an example. What's interesting is that in the regular tarot, the Hanged Man always has a halo around his head. And here we've got the moon. So again, it's about harnessing light and using light, same as in this card, to right a wrong. He's committed a crime. The light of the moon is being reflected to punish the criminal. The card is in reverse, and what you achieve is enlightenment. You haven't committed a crime. You still get to see yourself in the mirror, and you become enlightened in terms of who you are. Finally, the Ten of Stones, home. The Ten of Stones is the highest number in the suit of stones, which is Pentacles. Pentacles rules money. It rules the physical world. It rules your day-to-day routine. It rules your body, your health, and it rules things like the home. And this is a beautiful home that's been there for generations and generations. It's this thatched roof hut with a tree growing out the top of it, and we've got a gate. A man and a woman engraved in the stones. So it's a gate card. Once you have achieved certain things, once you've worked at something that you love and you found your life purpose and you've seen who you are, and you've taken responsibilities for your own flaws and faults, and you really have shone the light of truth onto yourself, and you connect with another person, you fall in love, you're able to walk through this doorway into another doorway, and you're able to create a home. You're able to be with your life partner, your soulmate. You're able to have children. You're able to operate from your headquarters here. You're able to pass that on to your own children, who are then going to walk out of the doorway, out of this doorway. They're going to go into the world, repeat the process, discover who they are, find out what their flaws are and what their strengths are, and they will meet the person who brings the best out in them, and they will leave behind the people who bring out the worst in them, because we all know people like that. We all know people who are really good for us and people who aren't. And it's a process, it's a journey. And once they learn how to do that, they go back home, they take care of the grandparents, they have their own children, and the cycle continues. And that's why this hut has been there for many, many, many years, and this tree has thrived and grown because the people inside take care of it. And that tree is a symbol of life happening here in this rather impressive hut. This isn't just a mud hut, it's a palace. It's a thatched palace. And that is in reverse. So the gate is still there, but what we're looking at is, by looking at what is going on in your life, by looking at what your life purpose is, by also looking at the higher realms, your higher self, your inner child, the universe, you have to look at those things. You have to pass through those things to get to yourself. If you're asking yourself, what is my life purpose? You have to pull the veil aside, and you have to really dive into yourself, and you have to go through all of these layers that keep you from yourself. So the physical layer, you have to ignore that. Then you have to go through the spiritual layer. You have to, well, you don't have to do anything, but the way to get to this place of answers, truth, is kind of the Akashic records. It's the collective unconscious. And the light shines and illuminates that place, but it's not a physical, tangible place here on earth. We don't have the Akashic records at number 1 High Street in Brighton. It doesn't exist like that. You have to go through these intangible spiritual layers to get there. You're being supported by the Hangman in reverse, which really illuminates who you are and allows you to move through those layers and to find the answers. And when you do, you can embrace your passion, you can start doing it, and then you can turn this card around by starting to work at what you're good at. You recognize your strengths and weaknesses, you connect with another person, and you can thrive here on planet Earth. So because you're forced to look at the higher realms, the spiritual side of things, it's a wonderful day to have a reading with a psychic, with a medium, with an astrologer, with an intuitive tarot reader. Anyone who's good at crossing these realms and getting to the collective unconscious. If you don't feel like you can do it yourself, you can do it yourself. We can all get to our true core. It just takes practice. It's like anything. We can all play tennis, but some of us are better at tennis than others. And it's just about practice. And we help each other. When we're not so good at something, we hire a tennis coach to teach us how to play tennis. And if we're not so good at getting to the truth of who we are and what we are meant to do, then we hire an intuitive astrologer to help us along. Because, like I, for instance, can look at your birth chart and I can tell you what your life purpose is. And that's about helping other people. So you stop being the hooded man, you stop being the hermit, you connect with others, you illuminate your life, and that makes it easier to turn this around and to connect with other people and to then move forward in a practical way. But what's great today is the Hanged Man in reverse, because it really has the potential to enlighten you. It's the opposite of committing something really atrocious, and that is committing something fabulous, really making spiritual progress and really becoming something bigger than you were yesterday. And what I'm also getting are these two trees in reverse. They're a pair of lungs. You can breathe finally today. You can breathe again, and you can relax because you suddenly know who you are, and you're not wandering around the wilderness of this planet trying to decipher the symbols and trying to shine a mirror onto something that you think may be the truth but isn't. It's tricky out there sometimes. It really is. Number-wise, we've got 12 and 10 is 22, and 9 is 31, 3 and 1 is 4, and 4 in numerology is about stability. So this searching for answers is going to really result in you having real stability in your life and being able to come home, whatever that means to you. And to get to that place you were once that felt like home, and you're able to recreate that for yourself in your own unique way. This is an amazing day. It's complicated, it's wonderful, it's life-changing, it's transformative. Have an amazing Tuesday. If you would like a personal reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the Readings tab to order your reading. I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology in my readings. Have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.